Not gonna smile during games.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He's got a very nice smile, but he really does. It's to see somebody with that much talent and is such a nice person is so rare. But you know, if that's his demeanor, if that's what's going to propel him to play like he did in our last game on Sunday, then so be it.
How much did you know about him as a high school recruit when you were at previous stops? Did you see Carl? What were your early impressions of him?
Carl has always been on the radar screen. Kentucky did a great job of recognizing, him early on in the process. And to Carl's credit, he felt very comfortable here, wanted to play for Coach Cal, new coach Antigua, and again, Kentucky sells itself. He was on board, very early in the recruiting process.
So I was a little surprised. He said that his favorite player growing up was actually Lynn Bias, because he watched old tapes of Lynn Bias. He said not only because of the way he played, but he was a great lesson to you to stay on your path and not detour from it. What does that say about him that the kid was thinking that way?
Carl's a bit different in a good way, in a very good way. His priorities always, seem in order. Again, he isn't just a good player. He's a wonderful person. He's so well liked, in this building, amongst his teammates on campus, in the community here. Throughout many of the events that we've done, Carl, has always gone above and beyond, even what you ask him to do. Even down, we were in the Bahamas. He as much as anybody wanted to go over and do the Samaritan's Feet thing. He's just a wonderful and caring person.
What do you know about Columbia, and what sort of challenges do they present?
Columbia, a very good team, presently 5-2, coming in here off a 23-point win, home win against Bucknell. Their point guard is the guy that makes them go, their leading scorer. It's a ball control team. They like to have control of the basketball. They'll test your patience defensively, with their style of play.
So is it good to play a team like that that's going to do that, because you may see some more of that down the road? A ball control type team.
It's good to play a lot of different types of teams. Some teams are going to get up and pressure, and you'll see another team, a week later or a month later, somewhere down the road. This is, a good example and another test for us to, see how we're going to play, and again, how we want to play, the style that we have to play to be successful.
You guys have taken that three-point streak down to the wire the last couple games. In the last 3 minutes, finally hit one. Any concern about the perimeter shooting? You guys are doing so many things well, but the way you guys are shooting on the perimeter right now.
Well, you know what? One of the things you find out in coaching, the three best shots in basketball are a layup, a free throw, and an open three. I mean, as coaches, that's what you preach to your team. Those are the shots that you want to get. So the three-point shot is important, but it needs to be within the framework, of your offense. You don't just want to take one to take one. You want it to come from within the framework of your offense. And again, as long as, you keep getting layups and dunks, as long as you get to the free throw line, which is a sign of being aggressive, and when you have an open three, that's what you look for.
How was Tyler since
He's okay, day to day.
back in practice?
Tomorrow's another day. We'll see what today's another day. We'll see what happens, but day to day.
Devin Booker was wearing a brace on his knee. A lot of people noticed he seemed to be laboring just a little bit when he moved. Is he okay?
You know what? He's going through, what a lot of players go through, and especially a lot of freshmen. When they come in, they're playing at a higher level against better competition. The games in time actually increase. You go from playing a 32-minute game in high school to a 40-minute game. So, there's maybe some extra, additional minutes on you that you log, but, Devin will be fine.
Slice, how often have you recruited against Ivy League schools for a player?
They're generally looking for certain things. Myself, we're looking for different board scores. They're looking for high SATs, and as well as that, I'm looking for high rebounding. Different board scores. So try to recruit the ones that get 15 plus a game.
Anything else, guys?
Okay,
Is it for
thank you.
guys-
Huh?
How hard is it for guys, when you guys beat Kansas, you came back and played Boston, the Boston U coach said it's a good time to catch them, it's hard for them to focus again. It seemed like you were a little better 2 days after Texas against Eastern. How hard is it to get guys focused on a game like this when it comes in between after a big win or before a game like Carolina, that sort of thing?
Well, you know what? Some of our schedule right now is felt almost like an NBA schedule. I mean, we've had games back to back to back to back. It seems like these 4 games, the next 4 games, the past 2 we played, and the next 2 coming up are just going to fly. Fortunately for us, not just do we have talent, but we have depth. All right. Anybody here that wants to think about it or do the research, we played 9 games, which may be the most in the country. But when you think about it, we've had 8 guys lead us in scoring in 9 games. All right. It's like what other program or team in the country, has had 8 different people, lead them in scoring in 9 games. Probably had 6 different guys lead us in assists in 9 games. One of them who did a great job the other day was Dom. Dom worked himself into a platoon, and he comes out of the game, tied for, high in assists. So there's a lot of guys here that, have to be ready to play, and they are ready to play. And they do as good a job in there in practice as they do, out in the games.
How tough is it for like a guy like Dom to come in who hadn't played a whole lot maybe in the previous couple of games and to have a game like he did the other night?
You know what? We're very fortunate. I know Coach Cal has said it. These kids allow you to do this. Dom is just a wonderful guy. And, he comes in, he works hard, and he's, ready for his chance. A lot of people, and you think of him, and you see how good a defense he plays. But the other day to see him, get those, 6 assists is good. And again, he's, part of a very successful equation right now. And, Derek, would be the same thing when he gets on the court.